Hello everyone, welcome to City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle. Voters in Atlanta and throughout the state of Georgia turn out in full force to vote in the 2012 presidential election.
This is the only time that we're all equal. You know, there's a lot of power struggles going on, and people trying to beat each other out all the time, but on election day when you vote, you're equal and you have as much of a voice as anybody else, and I think it's really important.
Long lines of enthusiastic voters who waited patiently to exercise their right to vote. And Channel 26 caught up with some who were voting for the first time.
I couldn't before now, but I have always wanted to vote because I just think it's an important part of being an American.
Channel 26 cameras were at election parties for both Democrats and Republicans, and after all the votes were officially counted, President Barack Obama won re-election with 52% of the national vote. Improving and sustaining the environment is an ongoing mission of the Chattahoochee Riverkeeper. At a rain barrel workshop in Northwest Atlanta, Chattahoochee Riverkeeper taught homeowners how to install a 60-gallon rain barrel for water conservation, water-wise gardening, and irrigation.
If you got a roof about 1,000 square inches of roof space on your house, if you got a gutter that goes to, that's going to give you 700 gallons of water with an inch of rain. Coca-Cola
donated the barrels, which were once used as syrup containers. For more information on how to install a rain barrel for water conservation, visit chattahoochee.org. A South African delegation of legislators visit Atlanta to learn about policy, economic development, and art and culture. Councilwoman Felicia Moore welcomed the group to our city. The legislators had a week-long itinerary of meetings and tours with state and local officials.
So we'll be taking them places like Screen Gems, to the Tyler Perry Studios. We'll also be taking them to the Carter Center so that they can see how that center helps with economic development. Of course, the King Center and the King location and several other sites around the city. They'll be meeting with Camille Love, our Director of Cultural Affairs, and she's going to show them how public art plays a big part in the city of Atlanta. So we have a big, busy itinerary for them.
The delegation took home a wealth of information that will help shape their policies. Getting money for college. Councilman Aaron Watson and the Atlanta Braves Foundation sponsored a scholarship fair to help students secure funding for college. The free seminar introduced students to the scholarship application process. They went through mock interviews and learned how to negotiate a financial aid package.
It's really an awesome opportunity because we are letting students meet local and national scholarship committees and find out what it really takes to be strong applicants.
The Atlanta Braves awards thousands of dollars in scholarships to high school students every year. City Council President Cesar Mitchell sponsors another college prep series to help students prepare for college entrance exams. The prep days included practice sessions and college workshops. Students also had a chance to speak directly with testing and admissions experts. Thousands of students have benefited from the College Prep Series since it started in 2002. District 9 Council member Felicia Moore wants to bring awareness to uterine fibroids and what women can do to prevent and care for the tumors. Dr. John Lippman hosted the fibroid seminar that focused on preventive measures and less invasive methods of treatment for the non-cancerous growth. Research shows that millions of women suffer with fibroids, and 1 in 3 women have had a major surgery due to the condition.
It's a very common condition in women of all races, but particularly common in African American women. Now, for treatment, you would want to have someone who not only has fibroids, but has significant symptoms from those fibroids.
Fibroids are the most common benign tumors in females and are typically found during the middle and later reproductive years. Atlanta is well known for its diversity, and the police department is no exception. In fact, it has a unit to help improve the lives of a segment of the community. LGBT, the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Liaison Unit, is a section of the Atlanta Police Department. The unit helps LGBT residents express their concerns. The division is a vital link between the police department and the LGBT community.
We just want everyone to know that we're not biased to anyone. We're open. So our department is very wide diverse. So we want anyone to be comfortable in order to come here and be a police officer.
The unit was established several years ago, and Officer Brian Sharp is the first male to hold the post. Officer Sharp is with us today. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You and Officer Knight had the LGBT liaison unit, and one of the things you're doing is It Gets Better, which is a video project started in 2010 by Dan Savage and his partner Terry Miller to help LGBT youths get through their teenage years. Why did APD decide to do a video in support of It Gets Better?
I think the inspiration for the video came for us. We viewed the San Francisco Police Department's It Gets Better video, and Chris and I had the opportunity to meet Jennifer Thompson, who is the LGBT liaison for the San Francisco Police Department, at a national conference earlier this year. And we were inspired by their experience doing the video. Their officers were able to tell their stories, and it was very powerful and impactful for them. And it impacted us greatly just looking at the video. We have several out LGBT folks on the department in various levels throughout our command staff and officers and whatnot. And we felt it was important for us to tell our stories and hopefully inspire some youth who are struggling to know that it gets better.
The target audience is young people. How will they get a chance to see APD's video?
We're planning on doing a community viewing in December. But in addition to that, obviously we'll have it on our the department's Facebook page, our Twitter page, as well as our YouTube page. And everyone can get the link to that on atlantapd.org. We have links to all of our social media there, and we hope everybody links over to that and follows us and likes us.
What do you hope will happen as a result of producing this video?
I think the best possible result for us in producing the video is that we help somebody. If it's just one young person who's struggling with their sexual orientation, gender identity, what have you, that they see our video and that they're able to connect with one of our stories, and that inspires them to know that it gets better. A lot of times I think people are in situations that don't necessarily improve as fast as they would like them to, but I hope through the video they see that we've all been there. We've experienced those tough times, and it got better for us, and we got better as a result.
Several celebrities and the president have gotten involved with this project.
Yes, yes. I think at this point about 50,000 people have created videos that have been viewed 50 million times. And we hope that we get that type of exposure and that many people get to see our video, because I think it's powerful for them to know that we as a police department here in the city of Atlanta are standing up and fighting for them.
How much support have you gotten locally?
We really haven't talked about it a lot locally. The folks that we've mentioned it to are obviously supportive. We have a strong tie with our LGBT community here in the city of Atlanta that improves every day. That's part of our job. Officer Knight and I are out there every day in the community promoting that type of collaboration and that relationship with our community, and they're very supportive of us here at the police department.
Officer Sharp, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
France Atlanta 2012 may be over, but at the end of the 2-week-long series of events, one Atlanta family benefits from the spirit of cooperation between France and Atlanta. CityTalk's Troy Danicus tells us how volunteers from different countries came together to fulfill the American dream for this family.
A cacophony of sound usually dominates any construction site, but this is no ordinary team of contractors.
Stay and then grab the next one.
Avance en crabe. Attention.
This Habitat for Humanity home is one of the humanitarian projects that is part of France Atlanta 2012. American and French volunteers coming together to build a home can be seen as a metaphor for France Atlanta as a whole.
And it brings together the French and the Atlanta community really to plant the seeds of really long-lasting collaboration.
And that long-lasting collaboration can yield both economic and scientific dividends. The cities collaborate and share ideas on aviation management thanks to a memorandum of understanding between Atlanta and France. And work between Georgia Tech and the French National Center for Scientific Research is finding real-world applications for graphene, a 1-atom-thick sheet of pure carbon that can be used in everything from nanoelectronics to medicine. But for many volunteers, the chance to come together to help a family in need is something good citizens of any country should strive for.
If we all help each other, everything is easier. just a sense of community. You know, if we do it together, yeah, it's just easier, and the sky is the limit.
It's pretty amazing, I must say. When you see a house built, you don't realize how much work you have to do. It's fascinating to see how, under the supervision of Habitat, how volunteers can give their time and their workforce to contribute to build up a house.
Atlanta Habitat CEO Larry Del Martin says it's also a good chance to include French volunteers in one of the central aspects of the American dream.
I think it's about home ownership and building wealth. And for all of us Americans, building a home and buying it is probably the greatest piece of wealth that we have.
For City Talk, I'm Troy Danicus.
France Atlanta started as a way to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Georgia Tech Lorraine, the school's European campus. A parade down Mays Drive. Councilman C.T. Martin joined faculty, staff, and students from Benjamin E. Mays High School for the second annual Community and Cluster Parade. The parade started at Hoosier Memorial United Methodist Church. They marched over a mile down Mays Drive to Young Middle School. Councilman Martin says the event gives families an opportunity to enjoy a free, fun-filled day in the community. The parade was part of Embracing Mays Community and Cluster Schools, which was formed to support public schools in that area. Immediately following the parade, Councilman H. Lamar Willis's Southwest Atlanta Fall Festival. The festival was a big hit with games, prizes, music, and entertainment for children of all ages. Willis strives to make the event special for each child who participates, and the kids had a really good time. Willis says it's all about having a little bit of fun and encouraging children to stay positive. This is the 4th year Councilman Willis has sponsored the festival. A new exhibit at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport takes visitors on a walk through history. The exhibit is in the Transportation Mall between Concourses B and C. It covers Atlanta history from the pre-colonial days until now. Using murals and videos, travelers get a quick lesson on Atlanta notables like Margaret Mitchell or Maynard Jackson. Jackson's widow says her husband always believed the power art has on the public.
And when a citizen has a sense of ownership in something, they have more pride in it. They have more concern for it. They have a tendency to take better care of it. And so it was not just art for art's sake. It was art because Maynard knew that art fed the spirits and the souls of people.
A walk through Atlanta history was conceived by local artist Gary Ross. Amateur boxers and boxing fans alike pile into the Civic Center for the annual Mayor's Cup boxing tournament. The event benefits APD's Police Athletic League and serves as their only fundraiser for the year. The kid matches were followed by police officers against firefighters in guns versus hoses. The adults take it as seriously as the kids do. They spend months training at PAL centers across the city. All proceeds from the tournament fund PAL programs throughout the year. Councilmember Kwanzaa Hall delivers recycling carts to Northeast Atlanta residents. In the second phase of the Cartlanta campaign, new carts were delivered in District 2. The new 96-gallon bins allow for more recyclables to be collected. The citywide distribution of carts is a key component of the city's sustainability plan.
We need to really be leading in this area as the largest city and the busiest city in the Southeast. And we think that this program will empower our citizens to change our culture and to be more focused on sustainability.
More than 18,000 residents in Southwest Atlanta received their new carts during the first phase of the campaign. Councilmember Natalie Archibong hosts Tattoo, taking action to overcome obstacles. More than a dozen seniors from Douglas and Carver High Schools participated in an interview competition for a mock internship at the White House. Supporters of Tattoo are passionate about creating positive change in urban education. They believe exposure to new experiences, interaction with diverse role models, and engagement in authentic learning opportunities will help young people become centralized figures in social progress. The winner of this competition took home $100. Cabbagetown residents come out to celebrate the 10th annual Chomp and Stomp Chili Cook-Off. Kids and adults stomped their feet to bluegrass music. Many people also took time to do a little shopping along Vendors Row. It all kicked off with the 5K run. You know the holiday season is upon us when it's time for the Urban Nutcracker. A true holiday favorite, the Urban Nutcracker is an imaginative and colorful adaptation of Tchaikovsky's ballet. Set on Atlanta's Auburn Avenue in the 1940s, the ballet showcases Atlanta's African-American community.
This is our 19th time, or 19th season of Urban Nutcracker. So every year we try to add a different little flavor to either the costumes, to the characters, or to the parts. Between having the seasoned performers and the new enthusiasm, I think that creates the excitement every year.
The cast features more than 80 dancers, ranging from 4 years old to 60. Thank you for watching City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle.